Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be my last weekly reading vlog until I get surgery. Actually, when this goes up, I should be out of surgery. So it means I'm probably alive. So I thought it would be fun to still talk about the books that I'm currently reading as I'm pre-filming videos, obviously updating you on the kittens. They're now officially 4 weeks old and they are adorable. Already lots of energy. Number 3, I don't know if you can hear it, probably not, the microphone is next to me. Escape artist is trying to push the boxes that I'm blocking the doorway with. I can't close the door because mama needs to come and go, right? He tried that earlier today already. So he's not only the chunky baby, but he's the needy baby, and we love him for it. So let's talk about the books. I actually was planning on reading this one this week, Moi qui n'ai pas connu les hommes, so I who have never known men, because I wanted to compare the French to the English version. Basically was just an excuse to reread the book because I read it in December last year, and it was like just before I did my end of year videos and like kind of rushed to sneak in to one of the videos, and I wanted to reread it to appreciate it, and because I lost power for like 48 hours day to day, I got the time to read it, so this vlog is kind of just not about that anymore, but I will include a review after the intro, actually. I'll show you the kittens first. So, this week, what I will be reading then is this one, which I am so excited for. The Adventures of Amina al-Sirafi, which I got from the Book of the Month box, and I'm so excited. Everyone has been saying so many great things about it. I know it's an adult fantasy, and I believe the main character is a pirate, like older female character, which I've been saying nonstop how much I want to see that more, so this was just perfect. So I'm definitely reading that. It's on the chunkier side. I think it's about 500 pages, 470. So I'm back to reading fantasy. Honestly, that is just the exciting part here. And during also the no power period, I started the ebook Beware of Chicken, which I have been saying how much I wanted to read more cozy fantasy, more like low stake books, and I'm gonna read more of those in May, but you know, I had nothing to do in the dark, so this kept me company, and I ended up really liking it. You're following a man, modern man from our world, who wakes up like in the body of a monk in like ancient China, but there's magic there too, and he kind of just runs away from that life to become a farmer. So it's about a farmer. There's magic too. And it's kind of wholesome. At first, the humor felt a bit like I mentioned, like a teenage boy. Like he has a rooster and he calls him Big D. You know, it kind of gives you the vibes. But I started liking it more and more, and I'm now really into it. I think I said I was 28% into it. I'm 23% into it, but it's great. I'm hoping to keep the habit of reading the ebook before bed. I don't know. I kind of go back and forth with ebooks. Sometimes I binge read a bunch of them and then I forget they exist for years. So during the summer though, I do like it a lot. So maybe. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for this week. Just surviving the kittens, surviving the pre-filming, the stress, and preparing to get surgery. As I'm filming this, there's like 10 days left before surgery. So like it sounds like it's more than a week, but before the surgery, I will be reading Ice Planet Barbarian. So I have to give myself a day or two there for that too. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. A little overwhelmed, but excited to rest after surgery. So let's talk about this book because, like I said, I Who Have Never Known Men is one of my favorite books of all time now. When I read it the first time, like I said, in December last year, I think I gave it 4.5 and included it in my most surprising books of the year because I randomly picked it up because of that cover and the title, obviously. And it was quite short, but I didn't know it was originally written in French. And like first page, I think the joke is more obvious when you read the English one. The main character doesn't know how to read other languages or speak other languages. So she's like confused why people don't just learn a different language to read the book in the original language. And I felt very called out because this is the original language. So here I am fixing that. And I wasn't sure if I was going to see that much of a difference with the writing style. And frankly, I think that for me, the biggest difference is just because I'm not as used to reading in French anymore. I read French classics in French because they were written in French, but I haven't gotten out of my way to read French books in general. I don't know why. I mean, I started a channel in general, just YouTube, to practice my English. So it feels like that kind of defies the purpose, but I do want to go back to it. If you don't speak French, this isn't the most easy French level, but it's not as hard as like classics. It's definitely literary fiction. I didn't mention it. I've been calling this an adult sci-fi, but it's definitely like dystopian. It's very accessible if you don't read, sci-fi or anything. This is very beginner friendly in that way. Let's start with a summary. Following the story of 40 women through the eyes of the youngest one there, and they live in a cave, in a cage, and they've been there for years and years and years, and they don't know why. They don't know exactly what happened. They don't know what happened to humanity, their families, nothing. They've just been in that cage for years, and the youngest one is so young that she doesn't remember her life outside of that cage. And one day something happens and they escape. That's all you need to know, because that's like the first, I don't know, like 60 pages. For me, the story, the first time I read it, definitely started there, and that's where I got super obsessed trying to figure out what was going on. Now reading it a second time, I'm giving it 5 stars, by the way. I liked it so much more the second time, and I did give it 4.5 the first time. So like, I feel like I couldn't appreciate as much the first time around how the story you're following is through the character retelling her life story. And like, you get little hints of what's going to happen. So I feel like you get to really see it more the second time around and kind of see the hints of what will happen. And I do want to mention, I don't think this is a spoiler. I'm going to keep it vague, but this book doesn't give you all the answers. I'm saying that because I've been so vocal in the past about hating like open endings, or like when authors don't tell you what is actually going on, like if it's aliens or like ghost or something, when it's like a mystery thriller. Like, I just want to know, just do your job, because I feel like the author just didn't do his job, didn't do a good job at it, basically. But there are sometimes books that do have open endings or just not answers to everything, and it works, like To Be Thought If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. She's my favorite author. This is my favorite book by her. I think it's her least popular one, but I love that one. And you don't get all the answers, but like, it starts with that, So it shouldn't really come as a surprise, but I feel like it works for the book. And this one is a little similar. I put a bunch of post-it this time, trying to get more answers, trying to see like, what did I miss the first time? I'm going to talk about my theories in the spoiler portion. I'm going to add a little bit of it, but this is just such a stunning book about humanity, about growth, about purpose, maybe. I just will continue to attempt to make everyone read this. This isn't the kind of book that I usually recommend that much, but I want to read more like this. Anything and everything like this, because it was just stunning. And the first time I read it, I mentioned how I stared at my wall for a few minutes, and I feel like the second time it didn't feel as bleak. Like the first time when I finished it, I said this was like a beautifully bleak kind of book. And yes, even the back in French, they're saying cauchemardesque et sereine. It's like, yeah, serene, like nightmarish, sure. But the second time around, I didn't feel this was as dark as the first time. And the first time I read it, I also didn't really care for the main character at first. But again, completely changed my mind the second time around, because you realize she's so young at first. She's so confused, and like the rules, like they can't even touch each other when they're in a cage. So like, you've been through some kind of trauma, you don't really know what happened, and you can't even get comfort from anyone. I know a lot of you actually have picked this up since, and you told me how much you loved it, which makes me so, so happy. I didn't mention, but it's so short. Like, the French version is, both of them are like under 200 pages. It's a quick read. I read it in a day with no power, so you can definitely do the same, or a couple days, and loved it. Loved it. So I do want to mention the spoilers. So the rest is going to be spoilery, but like, how much spoilers do you really get with that kind of story, right? I feel like we talked about this on Patreon, and we were discussing the first time around, the first time I read it, if we thought this was happening on Earth, what we thought happened. And the first time around, I was like, oh, I don't think this is on Earth, but not everyone agreed with that. And the second time around, I'm like, without a doubt, this is an Earth. The main character doesn't think it is. I feel like that should be our first sign. The books that she finds that are about, is it astrophysics? I feel like hints towards that direction too. What's confusing is that there are trees and there are birds. There are no animals though. But like, that's basically all you know. but they don't seem to recognize like the stars. I put basically a blue post-it every time they talked about something. There are no seasons, there's no like real wind, and they walk for years and didn't find anything different. So I feel like that hints towards the fact that it's not Earth. It's just not. Looking back now, I'm like, why did I even second guess? Because the second time around, I feel like it's really obvious. I don't know where they are though, or why are they being sent to repopulate a different planet. I feel like it hints towards that direction with like the book that Aldous Soldier had. The fact that it was about plants and like farming-ish. I feel like that hints again towards that direction, like they were there to do something. And it feels like something happened and like they were just all left behind. I feel so freaking bad for everyone that was in a cage that wasn't able to leave like they were. Can you imagine every time you enter a new cave knowing exactly what's going to be found? Depressing, incredibly depressing. And I feel like the second time around, I also loved her relationship with Tia even more. I put a post-it, I'm trying to find it. The whole like, I've loved you so much. Je t'ai tellement aimé. That book though. What else was there? I'm trying to find all the hints. Also, yes, but at the same time, we're never going to know what happened to these people, like the guards. Where did they go? How quickly they left too, that's crazy. And like the fact that she realized that much later on that she never looked at the other side of the street, like the road, the other extreme of it. Why can I not find I read it in French. This is the consequence, okay? That's why I can't do that. Like the other way on the road, she never checked. But I don't feel like she would have found that much more, to be honest. I feel like that planet was just kind of empty. So yeah, the main character doesn't think she's on Earth. And they can't find the stars. Also, the lamp never stopping. What are they working on? Like nuclear? And like all they remember is maybe like a war. Like they see flames and like people freaking out. But yeah, because what other purpose would there be? Who would spend so much money keeping these people alive if not repopulation? I feel like that just sounds like the only possible explanation. And somehow I'm not mad about that ending. I feel like this book is just fantastic. Easy 5 stars. Can't recommend this enough. I mean, I've been raving about it so much and I'm not about to stop. So I'm so happy I reread it. It was so worth it, honestly. I will reread this again and again and again. Which, again, I never do. I think this is the 3rd book I've reread in like 6-7 years on Booktube. So, okay, let's go see the kittens, and then I'll get to work with the rest of the books. Show me your teeth. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. If they look like dusty babies, is because they go and play under the bed. So they are dusty babies. Dusty, dusty babies. Look at this. Yeah. You too. So this is number 3. This is number 1. The sweet baby angel that doesn't do anything. Let me show you. Ooh. And obviously the crazy one over there. She will ruin the world. She can do it. We believe in her. She looks like nothing right now, but trust me. Oh, and she earlier did this. Washed her with my own eyes. He's still kind of struggling to walk. Oh, that was fast. Oh. I tried to make them a litter box because the other one is too tall for them. It's a bit early, but again, I was bored this week. There you go. Oh. They're fighting, and then number 1, unproblematic king, doing absolutely nothing. Don't worry, he does fight too. You're kind of walking. You're kind of walking. And she is stalking. She'll find her prey. Look at her. Oh, the prey is the zipper. Update number 1. Let's talk because first off, I forgot to talk about the ebook the audiobook I've been listening to, which is Lessons in Chemistry, which I think I'm only 20-something% into it. To be honest, I'm kind of not really feeling it. 22% into it. I'm at chapter 9. This is like a historical fiction. To be fair, I don't read a ton of historical fiction. I tend to just read the popular ones, which might be a mistake, but it's not my favorite genre, but I do like to try them once in a while. And like once in a while, I will have one that's like 5 stars. It just, a lot of them I find myself a bit meh. But the premise of this one was right up my alley, following this woman back in the day who is trying to become a chemist. I mean, she is a chemist, but she's dealing with sexism and, yeah, you know, trying to become well-known, do research, and having to deal with everything, and trying to, you know, balance it out with wanting to get married and do these things. And anyway, it's fine. It's fine. No hard feelings, just not as invested as I thought I would be, which I feel like I should do this. There you go. Because I could feel her stare. So yeah, that's what's going on with that one. The ebook, I did read a little bit yesterday. I'm actually impressed that I stuck with that. It's waking up 27% into it, and it's telling me I have 6 hours and 20 minutes left. I am not a fast reader, but still enjoying it. I honestly was not expecting to like it as much as I am, so there's that. And then the book we're all waiting for. I'm regretting, why is it backward? I used a pink post-it, and like for some reason it's leaving pink stains, and I'm really mad. Do you see this? Why is it doing that? I've literally never had an issue until this book. I used a different one this time and it still did it. I don't understand what's going on. I probably should just stop, but actually there's a... So, yeah. Let's talk about it. So far, I'm at chapter 4. I barely read any, but again, I'm still feeling a little slumpy-ish, to be honest. I'm probably a little intimidated by the size, just fantasy in general. I haven't been reading a ton of them. She's interested in post-its. It's my fault that she left. But I'm actually enjoying it. So you have this retired pirate, and she is convinced to go on like one last... She's fighting for her life against that post-it. It's sticking to her paw. Why is this more interesting? And yes, she is sucked into going and saving the granddaughter of this rich woman who offered her a fortune for her to rescue the granddaughter who was kidnapped. Did I mention that? Yeah, that's where we're at. And yeah, so far she just accepted, and it sounds like it's going to be full of adventures, a lot of like background story. I do like when they're like older characters and they have like a lot of like past, you know? It seems like there's a lot of things that will catch up to her later on. So yes, so far I'm liking it. And like I said, a lot of people have been really enjoying it. So I am very confident. So let's try again to go see if the kittens are up to something, because last time I think they weren't doing much. So let's see. They're fighting, as always. And where is number 1? Over there. I don't know why. Mama at least got concerned and went to check on him too. Always fighting. Always fighting. No, I'm not wearing the right pants right now. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. Don't do it. Don't do it. Dusty baby. You can see he has the zoomies. Don't attack me. Don't you dare attack me. The ears. It's a telltale sign. No. No. You can't see it, but... You have a tongue. It's too many claws. It's too many claws. It hurts. It hurts. And they have teeth now. Show your fierce little teeth to everyone. Yeah, look at this. Dangerous, dangerous beast. Yes, you made some great babies. And she obviously always walking food, as she does. Of course, I'm recording, so she's not doing anything anymore. Oh my God, stop attacking me. It hurts. It hurts so bad. Look at the face of the zoomies. Oh my God. Where's number one? Still chilling on the bed, of course. Yes, use your energy against each other. That is great. Then you can nap. They started running. It's so funny. He's still struggling the most. Literally can't run. Oh, I take it back. That is the most, yeah. That is the best run he has done so far. Look at you looking all innocent. You're trying to convince the internet you're a good girl, but we know. We know it's a lie. We know. Oh my God. What an actress. What an actress. You've never acted like this. Cutie. Oh, so cute. Yeah, that's before she starts eating everything on sight. Oh my God. Okay, I swear she's never like this. I love it though. Look at you. Look at you. Aha. This is why I'm always wearing my big PJs, because this hurts. Stop biting everything. Look at her. This is her. This is number two. They will know. Oh, you can stop, but they've seen. They've seen. Ow! They know. Hi, number one. Hi, baby. Look at him. He's so gentle. I know, baby. Your siblings are crazy. He's just playing with the... Ow! Okay, I take it back. You're related for sure. Oh. What is she gonna attack? Mama? Oh, Mama must tell. They've been doing that to her a lot. She's been so patient. I've been really impressed with her because she wasn't very maternal at first, but they attack her and she just aggressively washed them. So she's been so good. Hello, time for my next update. I have been making some great progress and really enjoying myself. Yesterday was my birthday, so I haven't been reading as much as I was hoping, but that's life. I was busy eating enough cake to get very nauseous. But let's start with the update with the books, and then we're going to talk about the cats. The Adventures of Amina Al-Sirafi. I have been really enjoying it, like I was saying. Let me try to find, there you go. I am at page 195, and it's good. It's good. I have been neglecting fantasy for so long that I forgot that I actually enjoy it. I don't know why. I think it's just because it takes a little while to get into it. But you guys were right. I don't remember what I've said in the past updates, but yes, you do get the older, interesting, complex female character. You know, she's a pirate, so she's really interesting, and you get flashbacks of some of the things she's went through. So far, my favorite characters is... I don't know why I put an S there, because it's one, and it's Delilah. I don't know how you pronounce it. That's how I say it in my head. You're lucky it's not French. Usually it's always French. And she makes me laugh because she kind of gets jealous whenever Amina is like friends with anyone else. And she keeps saying funny things. Actually, I took notes. Let me grab it. Whenever they go back to one of the past colleagues, past pirates, Delilah is like, she came to me first. Like, doesn't that sound jealous? I love it. So yes, I've been really, really enjoying it. I am enjoying the world building. I'm enjoying the writing. And yeah, I feel like I should go back to reading the other book that I started by her and never finished. It's part of my pile of shame unofficially. So one day I will finish it. Actually, I'm supposed to do that during the summer, so I might have to do that. Audiobook wise, Lesson in Chemistry, I DNF'd it. Listen, it's historical fiction, which I like to try once in a while, the popular ones, because I'm curious. I'm really fragile right now. Like, am I going to go back to my, like, reading slump? Or am I moving on from it? And this was threatening my recovery. So it had to go. I was only 22% into it, but I would prefer, like, getting ready or showering in complete silence instead of listening to it. And when I notice that, usually it's a sign I need to switch books. So I replaced it and I started All the Living and the Dead, which is about, you can see on the cover, a bunch of people that work around death. And so far it's interesting, and I'm 28% into it. It's only 9 hours, but like I listened to like 2.5 hours of it since I let go of the other one. So like, you know, yeah, I wasn't feeling it. And the ebook, forgot to grab it. So I had mentioned I was 23% into it. I am now 32% into it. So chapter 17. And I'm actually really enjoying it. I really didn't think I was going to love this as much as I have. I feel like I thought in my head low stake meant not boring, but like what is going to happen? It's low stake. And I don't know why. I don't know, but it won me over, and I want to read more wholesome low stake fantasy. So we're going to do that in May. I just filmed my TBR for the month of May, and we're going to make time for some of that, because after reading Legends and Lattes, I've just realized that that's something I want to explore more. And I keep forgetting you can see the reflection. I can't see much. It's not true. I'm -1 in my worst eye. But yes, now let's talk about the kittens, because they're getting so big. Literally this morning, I had my first moment of saying to number 3, of course, that you're getting big too quickly. Like, you're growing up too fast. You're becoming so big. Like, they're so chunky. I'm going to show you some clips because they're absolutely adorable. I am in love with them. And of course you are too. And I managed to make one of them eat some wet food. I have a few more days to try to convince them that wet food is yummy. And after that, it's going to have to be other people until I'm okay. So they love playing with the water. Oh, your paw's all wet. Oh, this one too. Thank you. This is our needy baby. He likes the cuddles. Yes. Yes, precious baby. Oh my God. Why did you do that? Yes, this is. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Oh. So if you see food on the floor, that's the reason why. Don't worry. Number 1 does attack the other ones too. He's not completely innocent. He's still a kitten too. Attack everyone. No, not my toes. Not my toes. Not my toes. He's trying to run though. Oh my God. They're learning to jump. This is what I mean. What are you doing? And he's doing this, and he's doing this. This is what I mean by like, they're all so different. Your brother's attacking my butt. You're being all, ow, my toes. Oh my God. You annoying little baby. Thank you, defend me. This is why I'm calling him my sweet baby angel. Look, he's just being there, being chill. And they're just making a mess. Oh, they're fun to play with though, because they have so much energy. And you're just a little cuddle bug. She's back at it. I caught her. This is how she is. The ears looking backward like this. Yep, that's her. We got you. You can run away. We saw it. We saw it. We know. We know now. Yeah, everyone knows. Oh, you can pretend. We know better. See? She's starting crap again. That's how she is. Adorable. But you're not fooling anyone anymore. These teeth are actually, oh, see? So violent. Vicious little beast. Vicious little beast. This is why I have my pants, my PJs, because this hurts. This too. Whatever you're doing, this too. You don't have Tums, but your claws are the worst ones. Good thing you're nice. Hi, baby. Innocent, we know. Don't worry, nobody's gonna believe me. Okay, quick update because this vlog is officially done. I finished this book, which was the important one, and I am getting surgery tomorrow, so it needs to end here. So the book, I finished it, I enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna give it 4, which sounds kind of low, but I overall really enjoyed it. I'm glad to be back to reading some fantasy. I enjoyed the overall story and the characters, but I don't know how to word this, but I'm just gonna go for it. I think it's gonna be part of a series with the way it ends, and I am not interested in continuing. But it's not because I didn't like it. I just feel like I'm not emotionally attached enough to the characters. And the story was good, but I'm not, dying to continue. But yes, I laughed a couple times. I had fun. I'm glad to be back to the fantasy world. So yeah. The ebook, actually, let me grab that. Hopefully you can't hear the cats. They're going crazy. They can hear me but not see me, which apparently is a big deal. Let it just open. Beware of Chicken, I am at 45%. I am still enjoying it. I really didn't know what would happen for like 500 pages yet. It's still going and I'm enjoying it. Half of the story so far has been through the eyes of the chicken and, well, the rooster, and it's been fun. It is what it is. Low stake. I think this is what I needed. Low stress. And as far as the audiobook, the Living and Dead thing, I am overall enjoying it. I've been trying to, find different non-fictions, find things that are different, hopefully interesting. And it's good. It's not like a 5 stars, but so far I'm enjoying it and we'll see how it goes. I don't know how far I am. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, it's good. I'm just very stressed right now. I don't have a ton of energy. But the kittens, I can update you on the kittens. I have a few clips, so I'll be able to put some on the screen, but they're growing so fast. They're getting chunkier and chunkier and so adorable. I do intend on finding them names when the surgery is done. I swear, I've been in this place where, like, you just can't make one more decision. It's been me. I've been like on survival mode for forever, it feels like, but yes. We're gonna find them names. I already have a few ideas, but feel free to leave some in the comment section. Now that we know their personality, right? They've all managed to escape, by the way. I put boxes. I'm not gonna show you because some of them still have my address on them, but I have piles of boxes in front of the door because mom still has to come and go, right? And all 3 of them managed to escape. So my dad's gonna have fun in the upcoming days when he's here taking care of them. It's not my responsibility for a few days. Yes. Also, you know how babies have blue eyes? Cats, it's the same things. And it's slowly going away. I got a good clip this morning of number 1, sweet baby. You can see they're turning very green at this point. So I think he's gonna have yellow eyes. I think they all will. The one that has the bluest eyes at the moment is Chunky Baby, number 3. But I think he's still gonna have yellow eyes. Who also got a really good clip of their dad, who I think is the dad. He came by the other day. He didn't peel my door again, at least. But look at his face. I was trying to decide who looks like him, and I think it's definitely the little girl. I feel like they have the same face. But yes, they're adorable. I love them to bits. They started eating wet food, and I think I'm gonna have to buy more because they're eating it. Like, they're just like attacking it like a dinosaur, like a T-Rex, just like and they won't really eat it from the plate. Like number 3, the chunkiest one, of course, does it a bit, but he eats a lot more if I use my hands. And then number 1, the sweet one, definitely eats from my end, but he's not super hungry. And the little girl, of course, Miss Independent, is fighting me the whole time. Yesterday I managed to make her eat some and I was so happy, but this morning I didn't. So again, not my problem for a few days. I mean, it's fine. Like, they don't need to eat by this point, but she does need to in another, week or 2. So we're gonna work on it. She's just being stubborn, but they all drink water. They started using the litter. There has been no more accidents, which I'm so happy. They're great. They're great babies, except right now I hear them play with the trash can. But yes, that's the update. I hope you are having a great time. I hope you pick up this book if that's something that sounds appealing to you. But I didn't even realize that Book of the Month put the month on the cover, on the book, which now I'm worried that when I get to the other ones, I will realize that it's been like a year. We'll work on that. I'm gonna go put that back on the shelf and pick up Mansfield Park. It's gonna be my next one. And then I'm gonna be able to watch, is it a movie or a TV show? The adaptation. Looking forward to that. And I will see you, well, in the comment section, because all the other videos will be pre-filmed from now on. Bye.